Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I have a special message for you for the 21st of June, which is also known as one of the most powerful days of the year, the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. And energetically speaking, it brings us a powerful opportunity to enlighten ourselves, to remind ourselves of who we are. As when we look at the sun, as this is the day of the celebration of the sun, and if we look at the sun, we see a being that is constantly giving, constantly nurturing. And when we think about it, it's a profound reminder for us, like if you want to be godlike, if you want to embody the purpose of your life, become like the sun. Start giving more, start sharing more, start helping more, start nurturing more, start supporting more. And you will see that every time you help, every time you give, every time you provide something to others, you feel uplifted, you feel inspired, you feel helpful, you feel like you're doing something good. And 21st of June is giving us an opportunity to think deeply about ourselves and tap into the inner silence to see how the soul is speaking to us, how your soul is speaking to you, and what you are ignoring when it comes to those inner voices. Most people may say, like, I don't hear my inner voices, like I'm not in touch with my spirit. But the truth is, we are the spirit. Don't live so much of your life inside of your mind. You are the spirit. Excuse me if the quality of the sound is not the best today. I'm filming this outside in the nature. Actually, I'm on the beach. I'm just observing the sunset, and I'm in tune with this moment right now. And I just wanted to share this quick message for you. So if you think you're not connected with your spirit, just go into inner silence. Take a moment in a day and meditate. Meditate with an intention to hear the voice of your soul. And you can ask yourself, like, what should I prioritize at this point of my life? What kind of intentions should I set for my future right now? What should I let go of? From what kind of need to control should I detach right now? Because if you believe that you are an extension of the source, you know that everything is coming from the source. You know that everything is a part of the source, a part of the creator, which means that anything that you desire already exists in the source. And you can get to there, you can manifest it, you can experience all those things with ease, effortlessly, when you recognize that all you need to do is to become a bit more appreciative for what you already have, for where you already are, and for an ability that when you don't have what you need, only means that you can create it. When you don't have what you need, only means that you can create it, that you have the capacity and strength and courage, and most importantly, wisdom, that you can create it. And I just want to remind you that you are wise, that wisdom is within you. Also, you can use this powerful day to reflect a little bit more on, like I mentioned before, how much you're giving, and see if you're happy with that. If you're happy, or could you actually do more of it? Like, could you actually get yourself into a certain community, into a certain work that would feel like a purpose, that would feel like you're truly working on a mission? Because I believe, and many of us believe, that we're here on a purpose. Like the sun is shining with a purpose. And when it gives life to you with its wonderful light, it only gives life to all of us so we can give life to others, so we can support others. Like the flower that is blooming in its beautiful light, so it can provide something to other beings and creatures of nature. And one day when it dies, it transforms into a soil that becomes a place for new seeds, right? So nature is a constant giving mechanism, constant creation over creation, over creation, over creation, constant giving. And when you recognize that you are a part of this, if you want to get in touch with the universe, if you want to feel connected with the universe, start giving more, start caring more, start seeing more. And know your inner nature. This is something truly important for this phase of your life, to know your inner nature, to recognize, what is that inner nature, what feels the most natural for you. Because that's where you notice that this is your purpose. This is why you've come here at the first place. This is why you needed to be born right at this incredible, unique time. Because when you do something that feels so natural, like it almost feels like you don't even need to do it because it is happening by itself, you know that you should do more of it. So just reflect a little bit. Think about of this next phase after the summer solstice. You will have 1 year to improve the work of yourself, the project you call yourself, your life. And the next year you will be reflecting and you will see how much progress you've created, how better you've or how much deeper you got to know yourself, right? How much a better friend you've become to yourself. And for all of that, we need to learn to detach, right? We need to learn to detach from the wanting outcome, because attachment comes from scarcity. It comes from poverty. But when we detach, we tap into the inner wealth. We know that we are not chasing things, we are attracting things. We are attracting things. We become magnet for things. When we embody the inner wealth, we start attracting great things. And for that, we need to have a wealthy mindset. We need to think richer thoughts. We need to believe that we are powerful. We need to believe that we are worthy of receiving all kinds of things we know that we deserve. And it all comes to believing. You need to believe into yourself. You need to know that you're here for a reason. You need to know that you are important, that you are significant. And start using your intentions wisely. Start using your intentions. May each step you make be intentional. May each work you do be intentional. When you go to sleep with an intention. When you wake up with an intention. When you meet up with people, meet them with an intention. Be conscious, because when we live intentionally, we live consciously. When we live unintentionally, we live unconsciously. So when you start living your life with a great awareness around why you're doing something, you will notice that you're doing all those things because you are valuing yourself. You're doing all of that because you know who you truly are and you know what you deserve. And when you know what you deserve, you do anything that you do with an intention, because you know what kind of results you want to make with your work. And it is bringing us to karma, right? Karma is like a cause and effect. But we notice that karma is everything. You see, when we do something consciously, at some point we experience the fruits of our efforts and we know, okay, it came from my work. But when we do things unconsciously, we also create results. Just that the results that find us out of our unconscious behaviors may look like punishment from the universe. That's why karmic laws are reminding us to be conscious of what you're doing, be conscious of how you're behaving, be conscious of the words you're using, be conscious of the thoughts you're thinking, be conscious of how you're treating others, nurturing others, and again, be like the sun. Be like the sun. And be nurturing for others. But it's possible to see that many people feel like, I was giving so much and I never got anything in return. And again, it's a state of separation that comes from a state of survival. You don't need to give to get something in return. You need to give because you want to give. You need to give because you love others, you love people, you love humanity. When you give out of love, you will not expect to get anything in return. So when you give out of love, love will guide you. And when love is guiding you, you will always feel supported. You will always get to the right places at the right time, and you will meet the right people, and you will come across the best possible solutions for whatever you're dealing with. That's how powerful love is. And again, I want to remind you of the purpose. Like, ask yourself, how can I serve? How can I help others? If you would ask yourself right now, if there would be no money, would you still do what you're doing right now? And if the answer is yes, it's a sign that you're living in your purpose. If the answer is no, ask yourself, what would be the thing you would do if there would be no money? What would be the thing you would do if there would be no money? And consider to start doing it, because support will find you. Anything you need will find you if you do the work. But make sure that you do the best you can, the best to your abilities. And what you think that is the best right now is not the best, because the best is constantly looking for improvement, for finding new ways. That's what greatness do. Greatness is constantly looking for new ways. If you look at a tree, you will see it's constantly growing branches in all kinds of new possible sites, all kinds of new possible ways. That's what greatness do. So if you think you're doing a great work right now, you know that tomorrow you can do it even better. And it just means that there are always new ways for you to expand yourself. Don't get limited by the idea that you've done everything you know, that you've done everything you could, because you can always do more. You can always try something new, and you can always find a new way, only if you look for a possibility. And that's how you become like a sun. So I told you, this is one of the most powerful days for this reflection and for in tuning with your inner wisdom. You know that when in ancient cultures, people were celebrating the sun on the summer solstice, they were not celebrating this ball that we see in the sky. They were celebrating life that it is generating. The light that is generated by the sun, it's the same light that's within you. So the sun can basically remind us of our inner light. And what we are talking today were tools to nurture that inner light, to know that you are the light. You're not the shadow, you are the light. And light can enlighten anything, right? Which means that when you're facing with hard times, go into your inner silence and you will find the answers. When you're dealing with people who are not supporting you, try to see light within them. Try to see what can you learn from them. And make sure that you connect yourself with those who can see light within you. Because only that way you will be able to grow. Because everything is about connection, right? We grow because we connect with one another and we see potentials and beauty in those who surround us. So make sure that you that you are surrounded with those who are valuing you, who are appreciating you for who you are. And if you find yourself in a place where you're not surrounded with those kind of people, know that there are people who will appreciate you, and be willing to look for them. My friends, I will leave you here. I hope you found something valuable in today's message. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Till next time, one love.